Today I wanted to share my top 3 tips for writing good HR policies. Tip number one is, do you actually need to write a policy at all? The default shouldn't be, oh, we need a policy on that, we need a policy on that. Just think about, do you actually need a policy in this organisation at all? Would a short statement in the handbook be better? Do you need anything? So don't just have a default of writing a policy just for the sake of it. Tip number 2 is, when you're writing a policy, think about your audience. Who's going to be reading this, and in what circumstances are they going to be reading it? No one's going to read your policies for bedtime reading, beautifully written as they may be. No one's going to read those for that reason. They're going to be reading it when they're in the situation that you're talking about. So if you're writing a disciplinary policy, the people who are going to be reading that are the person being disciplined and the manager doing the disciplining. They're the people who are going to read it. So think about who's going to be reading it, what information are they going to be looking for when they're looking at that policy. Make sure that information is easy to find, and if there's anything that you need them to be aware of in that policy, put that there in simple language as well, but make it easy to read for the people reading it in the circumstances they're going to be reading it. And number 3 tip is, don't use 10 words where 3 would do. There's a tendency for some people to kind of write things in long, flowery language or very legal language just because they feel that's what it should be. But no, it's perfectly possible to write something that's perfectly clear and legally robust without writing it paragraphs and paragraphs. So keep it short, keep it simple, make sure you communicate the things you need to communicate, but not in overly lengthy language that, quite frankly, people aren't going to read. They're going to skim through and look for the key points they're looking for. So they're my top 3 tips for writing HR policies.